It is what it is. It is what it is. Let's just leave it at that. The Phillies fall 2-0 to the Diamondbacks in the third game of the series to lose the series. That was abysmal, especially offensively. That was hot garbage. And no Bryce Harper today, but I respect the decision behind it. It made a ton of sense. Let's get him an off day, especially with an off day tomorrow. So that gives him 2 days of rest. And then we head into, 17 games, divisional games in a row. So you give him a little bit of a break. You got to give him some time off once in a blue moon. I'm not upset about that. I'm upset about what we did offensively. Just because Bryce Harper is out of the lineup, that has no excuse. That's no excuse for the type of performance we had at the plate today. We had 3 total hits, and Nick Williams had 2 of them. Nick Williams, let that settle in. The guy that we've ripped apart for being trash at the plate all season long whenever he had an opportunity. That guy. That Nick Williams. He had 2 of your 3 hits. The other one was a JT Realmuto infield single. That can't happen. It can't happen. We're going up against Kelly, on the other hand. I didn't realize he won a Cy Young. Our approach to the plate was such hot garbage today. Swinging at bad pitches, attacking early. Listen, one of the times where Nick Williams led off the inning with a double off the wall, which was this close to going out, actually. So he's on second base with 0 outs. Guess where he ended the inning? Oh, that's right. Second base. Granted, Zach Eflin was in one of those times. It was one of those outs, but I don't care. That's unacceptable, especially in a game like that where you realize the trend early is the pitchers are just getting outs. This game started out a quick top of the first, a quick bottom of the first, a quick top of the first, a quick bottom of the first. Second, I mean. The game was 2 hours and 16 minutes long. The pace was so quick, back and forth, back and forth. That's why when I see someone on third there, we got to produce. We have to, because that could be our only shot. And realistically, it was our only shot. The 5th inning for the Diamondbacks, a couple bloopy singles, and they knock in 2 runs. They produce, and from there, I was parked on my couch. I knew. It just felt like one of those games offensively. And I said, there's no way that this team is going to come back and produce enough runs. There's just no way. Zach Eflin was beautiful on the mound. The guy was electric. The guy was dominant. Here's his stat line. 8 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 9 strikeouts, and 82 pitches in those 8 innings. Come on! Holy hell! And obviously no run production for the offensive side to give him some support. He now has a 2.81 ERA, and he's 6-6. He had 1 bad start so far in Miami. Other than that, he's been consistent. He's been great. He's been locating pitches. He's been beautiful. The guy has been rock solid. He's been our ace. Did I just say that? He has been. He gives me the most confidence every time he's on the bump. Poor Eflin battled his ass off tonight. And we couldn't give him 1 little run. Well, we needed 2 at least to make it interesting. But we couldn't give him anything. We gave him 3 hits. 2 by Nick Williams. Oh, man. See, this is what scares me. Right now, at the time of this recording, the Braves are tied 6-6 in the 6th inning with the Pirates. They were up, actually, 6-2, I believe, so they blew a little bit of a lead there. You might be watching this when the game's over and realize we're either tied for first still or we're out of first place. But I'm afraid that we lose this lead to the Braves. Well, it's already tied, but once the Braves take the division lead over, I'm afraid we're going to be chasing all year long from here on out. But we have a huge series in Atlanta once we come back from our off day. Nick Pivetta on the mound, Aaron Nola on the mound, and a to be determined, which I'm hearing De Los Santos maybe an opener. We don't know exactly where we're going with, though. But Nick Pivetta's been hot as hell. And Aaron Nola is our number 1, technically. So it's not like we have garbage on the mound, hopefully. The problem right now is this offense. It's unbelievable. I would have never imagined in a million years it being this atrocious. Let's go to Cesar Hernandez. He had a hell of a month last month. He was hot as hell and arguably one of our best players in that entire month. But since then, I feel like we've gotten the actual Cesar Hernandez, the real Cesar Hernandez. I even said it during the stretch. That Cesar stretch isn't going to last forever. There's going to be a time where he dips to reality. And in the last 13 games, he's 5 for 50 with a 222 OBP. I'm taking him out of the first spot in the lineup, and I'm putting Scott Kingery in there, but that's just me. Although Scott Kingery is producing at the bottom of the lineup with not a lot of pressure. It does change everything, but I'd at least give it a shot at this point. I'd at least give it a chance. Michael Franco has been hitting in the... I don't even want to say the number. My sushi will start to come up. That's right, I had sushi today. Love sushi. Kelly goes 7 2/3. He allows 3 hits and struck out 5. He was awesome today too, but there's no reason why the Phillies can't hit him. Cesar, Segura, Jay Bruce, Rhys Hoskins. These guys have to come ready to play. I talked about it yesterday when the Braves tied up the division lead. I said the Phillies offense seemed focused. They seemed dialed in last night. They seemed ready to go. They seemed like their approach to the plate was awesome all night long, and they said, okay, all right, you want to tie the division lead? We're going to step the hell up. And then tonight, they followed that up with probably the worst performance I've seen offensively all season long. It's definitely up there when, let me repeat this again, Nick Williams has 2 of your 3 hits. And I'm not knocking Nick Williams. Good for him, honestly, because he's been through such a tough mental spot, and he's been through a grind trying to find rhythm off the bench. I understand it's a tough situation for Nick Williams, and I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him to be able to hit the ball the way that he did. But when he has 66% of your hits for the night, you got a problem. There's an issue. You're probably not going to win the baseball game. And we fall. We fall in a series at home to a good Diamondbacks team, but I expect better out of the Philadelphia Phillies. We're starting to get into that real grind. We're starting to get into that real push as it's mid-June and it's coming fast. We're starting to get into the dog days of baseball. The NHL Stanley Cup is about to be over. It's actually intermission in between the second and the third right now. The NBA Finals is on its way out. It's going to be strictly baseball pretty damn soon, and it's going to be the hot stretch, the big run for these teams in the middle of the summer. And I don't feel good about the Phillies right now. They have not been showing me anything. They haven't been showing me anything at all. Big picture, I'm a little nervous. And I hate to admit that, but I'm a little nervous for this ball club. There's no reason why we can't perform offensively better than we are. I understand why we're trash with pitching because our pitchers aren't really that great when it comes to our 5. Aaron Nola should be better, yeah. Zach Eflin has been giving you good stuff. Jake Arrieta is what he is. It's what he is, you know? It's not like he's underachieving. This is what he is at his age. This is what you're going to get out of him. Pivetta, we don't know. And then that 5th spot is such a rotation, we don't know. Like, the pitching core is what it is, outside of Aaron Nola stepping up. The problem is we can't produce offensively. The injuries, yeah, that plays a part too, but I don't know if we're really losing baseball games because of our bullpen right now. It's not the reason. The reason is we're not scoring enough, we're not producing enough, we're not getting anything going. And it's wild. It seems like there's always one guy giving us a run. Bryce Harper, at one point after that brutal grind of his, came out and he went on a hot run. Jay Bruce came to town. He's on a tear. Scott Kingery, he's sparking the boys. There's always one guy that's running away with the storylines for this team when it comes to hitting the baseball. We don't have that fluid lineup that's consistently giving you it. It's just one guy for a stretch of time. We need everyone to somewhat produce. JT Realmuto had a little bit of noise there at one point. Rhys Hoskins at one point came crushing dingers. When is it going to be a collective effort where we're in rhythm, when we're in sync, like we were in the first part of this season? And I hate to use that as an example because there's always this adrenaline rush when baseball season starts. But where's that at? And I know Andrew McCutchen was a big part of that, but it shouldn't go from where we were with Andrew McCutchen to this type of night. I know Andrew McCutchen's great and he's been a great leadoff guy, but not to the point where Nick Williams should have 66.6% of your hits of the night. That's my thought process on it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time.